I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off.
Okay, greetings, welcome to a pre-show of basically what I was going to do tonight. I was going to do my first live stream on my new channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, and basically and went on there, clicked on live stream, and it says you have to wait 48 hours for it to be activated, which is a bit of a pain. I'm trying something with the chat box as well. Hopefully they disappear after a few minutes, and hopefully the text is big enough to read. Hi to Mudlight Digging Up the Thames, Sweet Baby Kitten and Rob Mule. Thanks for joining us in the chat. If anyone else has tuned in and wants to say hi, it's always good to see who is watching. As I said, I was going to do this a live stream over on this channel and cover a couple of stories, which I will look at. The idea of these live streams are going to be a lot shorter than Bobby Zine's live streams. They're going to be a lot more to the point, possibly with less interaction with the live chat, because I do find that I get very distracted if I'm... However, I will, if ever I'm in a live chat over here on a live stream, I will be inviting people to share topics that they want me to look at on a Sunday night. Also a lot neater on the screen. I hope, let me give you an example. If I bring up a news story that would like to look at, how does this work? I am having a few technical glitches. As I'll show you now. Oh no, that's alright, I can still scroll. Earlier on I was having real difficulty scrolling up and down these pages. It's not ideal. I'm hoping you guys can actually read it as well. And already the scrolling's a bit naff, unfortunately. But it does mean I can bring up where's the other one? I can bring up two stories at once, side by side. These are the things I was going to look at tonight. But as I said, apparently it requires 24 hours to register a channel to do live streams. So, not going to be doing that. I can still put my messages on the screen. For example, at the top left corner, I've got my little please subscribe, like, and share, and that's always appreciated if you want to help this channel grow. If you want to, support, assist me in anything, this channel, please put a thumb up, please like, subscribe if you're not already, and share it on social media if it's the sort of thing you're happy to share with those types of platforms. I know some of them, it can be dangerous if you share content which goes against the official narrative. So for example, I would only ever share one of these live streams. Like, I've got a Twitter account in my real name. I haven't used it for ages, actually. The people on there are proper. I'm not going to insult them, because I've got family who think and act and live the same way. So, but just real puppets. Just real parrots of the official chant that we're all being conditioned to spout at the moment. For example, I don't want to go too off the subject. I noticed last week, in the space of like a couple of days, I think in 2 days, I had 2 people ask me, "Oh, did you get COVID?" As in, did you And it just seemed very strange. It was, and what I wish I'd replied to them was, "Oh, I don't share my personal medical information with anyone." But in the end, I just sort of said no. It just seemed a coincidence that 2 people asked me identical questions. Another thing I could have said, if someone asks you, did you get COVID? Well, did you ever get chlamydia? Why not? If they want to start probing you about your personal medical conditions, then you're free to do the same. Mudlight says school is always indoctrination rather than education. You're absolutely right. We'll look at a story. Actually, we will look at it tonight. I can always go into a bit more detail, for which I am going to bring up my screen. It's probably the best way to look at this. I was quite shocked by this story from Sky News. Don't say get... In a way, basically, neither of the stories we're going to look at tonight really tell the truth. This, or really present it in a way that is... Well, basically, there's a hidden agenda underneath all these headlines. Don't say gay, bill signed. Teachers forbidden to give sexual orientation lessons in Florida. That's a complete lie. There's nothing of the sort. State governor and Bill's main backers says he wants children to get an education, not an indoctrination at school. Sounds good if you're someone that doesn't believe... if you believe that schools teaching children, boys can have periods. Girls, weren't getting too crude and stuff. And if you think, schools shouldn't be encouraging children to start taking hormone treatment, which could literally ruin the rest of their lives, then you might think this is a good thing. It's not though. Listen, teachers in Florida have been banned from giving lessons on sexual orientation, gender identity to children under the age of 9. So what they're basically saying is because when I was at school, I think from about the age of 9, 10, we started getting sex education lessons, unless our parents specifically told the school not to do it. They would teach us about sexual education. Not once were we ever told that girls, basically that you can be fluid, I think is the word they use. You can go into school, a boy can suddenly decide, I'm going to start wearing skirts, I'm going to start using the girls' toilets. When we go off swimming, I'm going to go into girls' changing rooms. No, they never taught us that. And the fact that they're now saying we're going to teach it to children over the age of 9, this isn't 10-year-old kids are still highly impressionable. So all they're saying is sexual education will still only be taught beyond the age of 9. Nothing's changed. Only now, what has changed is the idea of sexual sex education and the absolute rubbish they're going to be teaching. What do you think this means? Protect our out children. This is gay people saying protect our children from the governors that are not letting them teach this, that are not subjecting children to, basically, think of a gay pride. If I bring up pictures of gay pride, it would be jaw-dropping, honestly, some of the scenes you get there. And this bill is basically saying we're keeping it the same. We're not teaching about sex education till after they're 9 years old. Some may even say that's too early, I don't know. But yeah, it's just... and look at the backlash this bill, if you can even call it a bill. Apparently Joe Biden's described the bill as hateful. Who do you think has come out against it? If we scroll down, past the Disney. Disney suspended its political donations in Florida over the legislation. Disney was so outraged that 9-year-olds weren't being taught about homosexuality. Hang on one sec. Typical, I've got a cat wanting to go out. Bear with me. Go on, trouble. No, too wet. I know she went. It defies belief. I mean, what next? What will be the next thing that we'll be telling kids? Oh, teach them about taking drugs? Drugs. This is exactly what gender dysphoria, whatever they call it, is all about. Giving these kids drugs, putting these kids on a treatment plan, getting them signed up to psychologists and hormone plans, which could absolutely shatter their life. This story is insane. Teachers afraid to talk. Throughout debates in the Republican-controlled State House, Democrats said the bill's language, particularly the phrases classroom instructions and age appropriate, could be interpreted so broadly that discussion in any school year could trigger lawsuits and create a classroom atmosphere where teachers would avoid the subject entirely. It's kind of shocking that, I mean, for me personally, it's kind of shocking that kids are even taught about this, but I suppose that is the world we live in. I just look at the live chat. Rob Muir, in reality, it's no gay crap to under fives. It says no gay to under five. Okay, fair enough. It's not under nines at all then. You know, I'm not surprised. I did think that I saw something where they had mentioned an earlier age. I'll have to read it more closely. The bill is... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 5-year-olds. Perhaps that's who they really want to be teaching this stuff to. Ron DeSantis, the state governor, signed the contentious Don't Say Gay bill into law on Monday. The bill has drawn intense national scrutiny from critics who argue that it marginalises LGBTQ people. How marginal are these people, or would they be, if schools weren't promoting it, for example? From what I recall in my school, there were maybe some kids that had homosexual tendencies, but none of them, and by that I mean, you know, they talked in a particular way by choice. They made themselves stand out that they were gay, and that's, you know, but no one cross-dressed to my knowledge. Oh, hang on. It forbids teaching children from nursery to 3rd grade about sexual orientation. 3rd grade, isn't that 8 or 9? Okay, maybe that is 8 or 9. The legislation has pushed Florida. But interesting, this guy who actually brought through this bill, as well as the president, they also mentioned Donald Trump supporting it. Have you seen the people Donald Trump hangs around with? I guess he's got good knowledge of it. Rob Muir, it's destroying kids' minds. Absolutely agree. Well, of course it is. If you're teaching them that they really stand a chance of transitioning into, say, a boy. Yeah, you can be a girl if you want. No, of course you can't. You can hack off any body parts you want. You can put them on any hormone treatment plans you want. A girl is a girl and a boy is a boy. And in very rare cases, I guess you do get, I don't want to say defects, but I guess you do get hermaphrodite, is that the word? But who knows what treatment the parents were given, which could have prompted such things. Anyway, this is a very sensitive subject, of course. What support parents? Protect children, support parents. Is that parents that support children to take these vile, dangerous drugs and potentially, as Rob Muir says, mess up their minds? Mudlark, I think the intention is to eventually normalise paedophilia. Do you know what? It could easily go that way. It wouldn't take much. And I've seen it done in comedies where... well, actually, I say comedies, but by all accounts, there was a real-life government in Britain. There was a group, an organisation that wanted to bring down the age of consent, or even abolish the age of consent. I'm not sure. I don't know if any of you remember Brass Eye. It was a comedy on Channel 4, and they did a programme. We'll try and find it. And as I said, I got big news if you're into my live streams. For the last 6 months, I've been streaming, and if ever I wanted to play a video on YouTube, I would have to say, sorry guys, you're going to have to hear the audio through my speakers. Actually, I want to just change my audio settings. I want to make sure it works, okay? Okay. Let me just check that the audio works a second. Bear with me, guys. Okay, yeah, my audio is still being picked up. Hopefully it's still being broadcast. Let me just check that the audio... Yep, still working. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, thanks also to Sweet Baby Kitten, Rob Muir and Mudlark Digging Up the Thames for sharing their thoughts in the live chat. If anyone else has, who I've missed, my apologies. Mudlark said the president of the USA is the blatant one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, okay, yeah. Mudlark, oh, what am I doing? I'm wanting to write Brass Eye, and I'm writing Mudlark. Brass Eye. Guarantee what will come up. The biggest, this one, Peter Geddon. They did 7 different episodes, but the main one that you ever hear about is this one. Anyway, as I said, I cannot guarantee the audio is going to sound particularly good. Sorry, no, I can't guarantee the image quality. The video will be very good, but the audio I can now play and mute myself. So in the past, where I've had to say, "Oh, forgive me, guys, you're going to have to hear me clattering around in the background as I go and do an intermission and play a video on YouTube." Well, that is no more. We can now... Oh, why wouldn't this pause it? Yeah, I'm going to show you a clip on this one in a sec. Yeah, this is Brass Eye. Let me just... Rob Muir, I agree, that's the end point, it's pure evil. Biden, and Sweet Baby Kitten says Biden is just an Alzheimer's patient. Do you know, I am... Rob Muir, sorry I'm exaggerating, Bobby, it's young though. Yeah, of course it is, 9-year... How much difference is there between a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old in terms of psychological growth in that area, in an area where, I mean, between 5 and 9, it's thinking about taking hormone treatment because you're in the wrong body is the furthest thing that should be in a child's mind. For example, how does a boy know what a girl feels like? How does a girl know what it feels like to be a boy? They say, you know, I feel like I should have been a boy. What? Because you like the colour pink, or because a girl likes the colour blue and wants to play football. All of a sudden they're considering themselves LGBTQ. It's ridiculous. LGBTQ obviously set up by the world's governments. Mudlight, the PIE. Yes, you're absolutely correct. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But in this... Right, let me just share the audio. I'm going to see how it sounds. I'm not sure if we're going to get an echo or what. But I'm going to play... I'm going to play the audio on this video. I'll mute it for a second. Actually, let's just see how well it plays. I am going to be monitoring this.
These are our children. They skip down our...
Sorry guys, bear with me. I'm just seeing how it sounded. Make sure it didn't echo through my own speaker. I'll be right for a second. Yeah, I think that's hopefully sounds alright. Yeah, and the Open Broadcast Software, OBS, which is this thing here, which does the Infinity desktop and all that, is... yeah, I've never been able to play audio through, get it to pick up audio. It now can. By the way, just while I'm here, I'm going to put up my Patreon, a link to my Patreon site. Yeah, if you never watched this, see Brass Eye, Chris Morris, the guy who did it, funny comedian. But as far as I'm concerned, these people are safety nets against the against some of the. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just going to put that in the live chat, a link to this video. Okay, there we go. Where were we? Right. Yeah, at one point, it's like basically they're mocking that they've got an appeal going to keep all children safe, and it's something to do with about someone being a paedophile being released from prison, and then the studio gets infiltrated at one point by an organisation called Millet P. That's quite humorous actually, and they put them in stocks. Yeah, some of it is a bit foul and vile. Let's see, where is it? Where is it where they bust through the door? This is...
Hold that thought.
Right.
Get me out of here!
Just a second. I'm sorry, but we've been invaded by members of the militant paedophile organisation Millet P. This is their leader, Gerard Choate. Now listen a second. You've broken in here demanding to have your say on live television. Tell us what you believe.
What?
What do you believe?
I believe that intergenerational sex is...
Okay, that's basically the thing. So it's almost... would you call that predictive programming? Will there be an organisation one day that are trying to push? And as we heard, PIE, by all accounts, they used to... You'll have to do your research yourself on that one. But by all accounts, they used to look into how... they used to lobby for things like age of consent to be lowered. Very creepy, and a whole creepy group of people. Not anyone I would particularly want to, want to talk about too much. But Mudlight, thank you for sharing the information. Anyway, one other story I wanted to look at this evening, and that was another one where the headlines are the headlines aren't really the message they're wanting you to take away from it. They want us to go away. Well, perhaps on one hand, they want us to get angry about these politicians that were, if you chose to recognise it, having their freedoms restricted. Boris Johnson was coming on telling us we couldn't visit family, and then he went off and had parties at Downing Street. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. Wouldn't be surprised if it happened, but now they're and supposedly they're being fined. So what does that actually tell us? There will be 20 fines of individuals who attended unlawfully attended parties in Downing Street and the Cabinet Office. Well, for one thing, I mean, was it really a law that no one could meet up and have a party, or was it just the government flexing their muscles, as it were, seeing how agreeable people were? As I was saying, the whole idea of winding people up and getting them angry, I think that's deliberate. That is no accident. Like this one, bereaved families boo minister at PM's dinner as fines issued. We saw interviews with people crying because their family member didn't make it, and yet at the same time these people are having parties. Literally insanity. Massive condolences to anyone that's lost family members. I've known, I've had people close to me that have passed on over the last couple of years, but I don't blame someone having a party in London. What's that got to do with it? But it's just ridiculous. It also normalises the idea that whenever these people tell you, lockdown, you're staying at home, you're not visiting family. Well, if you go out and visit family, then you're going to be, quite rightly, well, according to this story, fined. No. Again, it's just normalising things, getting people to accept it. It's an interesting method the government uses. And of course, ITV.com, who are broadcasting, who are publishing this story, although it was of course published all across every single news organisation yesterday. They're just the biggest part of the propaganda tool. They report what they're told to report. Should we see this video? Boris Johnson to face MPs at PMQs while in hot water over Partygate fines. Right, if there are genuinely any fines, and it's not just a made-up story full of shite, who do you think will pay those fines? Taxpayers? Yeah. Yeah, and also making us believe that, oh, no one's above the law. Even the government can be prosecuted if they step out of line. Where the truth is, the government are probably, well, let's not go there, but to consider just what laws these people may actually break. Even this picture that they've frozen us on of Boris Johnson is designed to make us angry, because when we're angry and worked up, we're not thinking clearly. Just like when we're malleable and easily forced into obeying everything we're told, we're not thinking properly. Oh, what happened there? I want to watch that video. Oh, here we go. Boris Johnson faces... Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to see. To be honest, maybe I didn't want to see any of it. That guy's wearing a wig. Look, it's not a party, it's colleagues getting together. On the day the Met said it's issuing 20 fines over Partygate, Tory MPs met for dinner and drinks. Outside, campaigners who lost loved ones to COVID shouted, "Off to another party, are we?" Green screens, I wonder? Who knows? I know they do a lot of this stuff in front of green screens. Like this guy here, probably. Yeah, so again, although on the face of it, the story may suggest that people are... Oh, by the way, yeah. Do you think that guy wearing a fake wig... wearing like a fake bald cap on his head? That's what I always get the impression of from him. It's crazy. Right, yeah, that was it. That was the two stories I wanted to look at this evening and share my reasons why I think the stories are being covered for that particular reason. As I said, these I'm not planning to make these streams particularly long. Chronicles of the Unconvinced will be a lot shorter, a lot more to the point. I need to sort out the chat box in the top corner though. I was hoping it would... Hang on, where are we? I was hoping it might work better than that. Let's see. Nope, didn't want to do that. Right. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, that is my preview. I do plan to do more streams such as this on Chronicles of the Unconvinced. Yeah, as I said, a lot not to go on as long as the ones I do on a Sunday night. More to the point. Not to a set time. Maybe just do a couple a week. I'll see how it pans out. If you're not already subscribed to my second channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, the link is in the description. And yeah, please share it. In fact, I will have a look at that channel if you've not come across it before. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let me just switch channels. Yeah, I hope everyone out there tonight is doing all right. And having a good week. And let me have a look at the chat. Mudlark. Sajid Javid's brother, Baz, investigated. Oh, you're joking. That is ridiculous if that is the case. Plus Matt Hancock meeting with his mistress. Boris could be a sumo wrestler. And they will pay the fines but get the money back via expense claims. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised. All the Javid brothers are slapheads. Yeah, if you're right and that Baz Javid did actually do the investigation, that is ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna finish in a minute. I'm not sure how long we've been going. Let's have a look. Oh no, I haven't got any way of checking. Well, I've been going about half an hour. That was probably 10 minutes longer than I meant to go. So I am going to finish up in a minute. Right, let me just find... Oh my goodness. My other channels. And show you what you could be watching over there. So far I've put pretty much everything that's gone up on Chronicles of the Unconvinced on YouTube has also gone up over on BitChute, another channel where the link is in the description. Yeah, this Sunday I'll be back. I mean, whether I come back in 24 hours on Chronicle on this channel and do a live stream, possibly. I'll see how they pan out. But oh my goodness, I haven't opened my screen. Bear with me. I did that the other week, one Sunday, and it went on for ages and I wasn't showing my screen. I've got a little monitor in front of me where I can actually see what you guys are seeing. This coming Sunday I will be releasing part 3 of Unreasonable Request. And yeah, I also put up on BitChute the same thing. And also I've got my login now to 153 News, so... So yeah, that's good. Misspelt the word BitChute, of course. There we go. Yeah, I'll be maybe Sunday night. I'll have a look at that. The Javid brothers, and yeah, see if he really did take part in that. Also on Bobby Zone's channel. I don't know if I probably won't do it live stream, but I am gonna be doing a video where we take a close look at the Jake Quickenden and his baby running on stage. Oh, right. That stupid phone's ringing. So I am gonna have to mute myself actually, which is typical because I don't know. Yeah, 1 sec, alright? I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, apologies for that interruption. We are about to finish anyway. Nothing that I was trying to load up wants to work though. Yeah, okay, well, I hope you have enjoyed the stream tonight. Mudlight says, I will leave you a link on BitChute about Baz Javid investigating the Downing Street parties. Thanks, Mudlight, that'd be great. And we'll have a look at that Sunday night, because, yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. Or who knows, perhaps it'll be the first video I cover on my new channel. Because, yeah, the idea, as I said, the idea of streaming over on Chronicles of the Unconvinced is that I can upload the videos faster and, well, yeah, just more to the point, shorter. Yeah, and here's my BitChute channel. As I said, the links to all this stuff is in the description. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Actually, just out of interest, both these channels started roughly about the same time. Which of them are getting more views? My Roy Larner video that I put up on the 28th, which was Monday, 34 views on BitChute compared to 15 on YouTube. the unreasonable request part 2, 20 against 27. So it's hit and miss. One actually that's got a few views on BitChute is my one about the satellites, the biggest lie not on Earth. 26 views over on YouTube, where people have seen it before. I mean, it did go up years ago, to be fair. Over here, it has 60. No, what was the one that got over 100 then? Oh, it's 60. I'm thinking of Derek Draper Actor Switch. That's easily my most popular out of the 2 channels. But that never went up on BitChute, did it? Yeah, so, okay, I'm now rambling. So, yeah, Mudlark, I will check out that link, and we will definitely have a good look, closer look at it on Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna shut down in a minute. I mean, I could have a quick look now, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, hopefully, you guys will be able to tune in and with my kind of new style live streams. As I said, I'm still going to be doing my regular Sunday evenings, but I'm going to try and upload a few more to Chronicles of the Unconvinced. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a scrutiny, like right down to the pixels, of Jake Quickenden's Baby as it ran on stage. Do you think we'll find any anomalies that might make us think that was a load of BS? You've just posted it. Well, have a look, Mudlark. See if my web browser's keeping up. I had some real problems Sunday night, actually. I ended up starting about an hour late. Excellent. Thank you very much, Mudlark. We'll have a quick look. I have noticed that, well, yeah, I've also got... Ooh. That's...
I've got an itch I can't scratch. I'm missing a piece.
That's the problem with
BitChute.
Is they just play the videos. I mean, there might be a setting where you can stop it, but I like to be able to... I like to start the videos myself. I suppose they do automatically play on YouTube as well. I don't know. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Do you know what, Mudlark? This is exactly what I didn't really want to do. I didn't want to start looking to... because it was meant to be a preview of... Okay, preview of Chronicles of the Unconvinced is over. If we were on that channel, this stream would have finished by now. As we're on Bobby Zines, I'll carry on and look at this this thing. But yeah, we'll have a closer look on Sunday. Again, do you know what? This is all about winding us up. Deputy Assistant, let me zoom in a bit, actually. Actually, I'll take it into reading mode. Don't know how long this will take, but... Okay, Met Police stitch-up claim of Sajid Javid's brother oversees Partygate complaint. Deputy Assistant Commissioner Baz Javid, sibling of Sajid, is the second highest ranking officer in the department that decided not to investigate the force's handling of the gatherings. Yeah, I bet. Remember on last Sunday we were talking about how Russia were being criticised for treating that people that went against the government's official line. No different to this country, but they want you to be wound up about this stuff. I guarantee you that. This is, in my opinion, this is deliberate. They deliberately do this sort of thing. It's all about making us annoyed. I do think that's a huge part of it. Scotland Yard has been accused of an establishment stitch-up as a senior officer overseeing complaints about Partygate is the brother of a top Tory, who himself, as Mudlark mentioned earlier, has been in... It was Sajid, or whatever his name is, who was meeting his mistress, wasn't it, or something? Sibling of the Health Secretary Sajid is the second highest ranking officer, they've already wrote. Green Party peer Jenny Jones said, to many people this will look like a stark corruption, and with so many complaints coming in and the press reports, The Met must have known the reputational damage it was doing. It looks like an establishment stitch-up. They don't have to answer to anyone, though. Who are they answering to? They're all a bunch of clowns, these people. A Scotland Yard statement said, "We strongly refute the claims made, and it is not true to suggest Baz Javid, Deputy Assistant Commissioner for Professionalism, wow, is overseeing complaints about these matters." Okay, they're denying it then. We will see, I guess. What's going on there? Is that just a ton of links? Yeah. Okay, so Scotland Yard deny it by the looks of it. Although he is second in command at the department who are looking into it. So yeah, either way, it's a bit dodgy. Not surprised though. Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing that. We may look closer at it on Sunday. If you're not already subscribed to my Chronicles of the Unconvinced channel, please take a second to check out the link in the description. Oh my goodness. Oh, I haven't muted myself, have I? No. And if you would like to support this channel, there are a couple of ways you can do so. I'm gonna... you can hit the share button, the like button, and subscribe if you're not already. Yeah, putting this stuff on social media is appreciated. Up in the top corner, there's your instructions. I did actually have a thumbnail for tonight that I never really looked at. Yeah, I don't want to replicate in Bobby's Loans channel too much, but it's not going to be that different. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I do plan to make it a little easier on the eye, and that is why perhaps I'm going to do away with the chat box. We'll see. Just on this one. We'll see. I thought I'd set it so that the comments would only last a minute and then disappear, but that doesn't seem to have happened. Alright, yeah, thanks to Mudlark, Rob Mule, Sweet Baby Kitten for commenting in the live chat. It's always appreciated. If you want to hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Otherwise, yeah, I'm also on patreon.com. The QR code is on the screen now. If you're in a position to support me, even just for a month, whatever works for you, that is in the bottom. Yeah, the QR code's on there now. Big thanks to Linda Mack, my supporter over on Patreon. Okay, I'll be back soon. Have a wonderful day, week, night, whatever works for you. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. And what was my thought of the day? I was going to leave every Chronicles of the Unconvinced. I'm not going to be too ambitious, but I plan to share an outgoing thought just to leave you with something. It was meant to be the cognitive dissonance. Also maybe a biblical quote of the day. But I haven't lined them up. I do have a few. I have another scroll bar though. Yeah, I've got a few things which I'm hopefully gonna... Oh, that's not correct. Yeah. So when the thumbnail goes down, I can also bring up something else and like put text on it, however it works. Obscene education, that was going to be a reference to the story that we looked at. Let's see, where was it? No, that was the other one. Yeah. That was this one. Oops. And yeah, so hopefully you can join me from whenever I manage to get around to doing another live stream, which will be on this channel on Sunday, if not before. Yeah, please share any thoughts and comments in the live chat, or in the comment section if you're watching this after I went live. Yeah, let me know what you think about the chat box. Do you like it up there? Does it make much difference? And yeah, that'll be the end from me tonight. Night Mudlight, thanks for joining, and Rob Muir and Sweet Baby Kitten. Take care. Over and out.